is running late, but I still want to comment on your presentation. I probably want to spend 10, 15 minutes comment on your presentation. And first of all, I would like to say I gave you very short time, right? I gave you very short time for the project, but all teams came up with something, and some teams have really good projects, and I'm pretty impressed by your work, and it shows that. You have potential, right? You can do this in 1 week, no problem. And before commenting on the individual project, I would like to say, well, in our last session, there was a team that was composed of 4 students from art and design departments, and they had the most ambitious project in the class. And something also happened here. Well, this team over there, you have 2 students from art and design department and 2 students from mechanical engineering department, and they also have the most ambitious project in this class, 最有野心的 project. And I have been for the past few years, I have this experience working with professors and students from art and design departments, and I realized that. The designers have this spirit. They don't want to do something that is similar with everybody else. They don't want to do the same thing, and they want to come up with something different. So they always have this ambitious project. And I actually had a similar question. I remember you received a question asked you to actually whether that can actually walk, and right now it cannot. But yeah, I really hope to see that happen. Okay, I really hope to see that happen. That is different from all other projects. And I want to comment on today's presentations from several aspects. The first thing is still from the presentation, the aspect of making a presentation. And I was sitting there. I was so surprised. I was so impressed that all of you can make very good presentation in English. And I want to tell you that you guys can make very good presentation in English, and you have to know this. And actually, Monday I went to this conference, the International Design Alliance World Conference of International Design Alliance, and it took place in Taipei. And that was the conference. There was the news. This guy Lin Baili, this person Lin Baili said, I hate electrical engineering department of National Taiwan University. Well, he said that in the conference because he felt that when he studied in National Taiwan University electrical engineering department, he said studying is like reading Bibles. 他说读书像是读圣经一样 and there were no innovation, no creativity over there. And I certainly hope that when you 20, 30 years ago, I don't want to hear anybody say, I hate Yuanzi University mechanical engineering. I don't want to see that. But anyway, I went to that conference and I went to the speeches and all that. And in the afternoon, I presented a paper and I went to some sessions. And what I want to tell you is those professors, they are professors. And the presentation they made was terrible. Some of them made very terrible presentation in English. The English was terrible and the presentation is terrible. And I was sitting there, I was so impressed that all of you can make very good presentation in English. You have to know that. When you get out of school, and what I want to tell you is that it's not like all students in Taiwan can do the same. 不是台湾的同学都可以这样 you're good at that. You're special in that. So you have to know that. But of course, there's something else. There's still something that can be improved. The one thing I want to tell you. I put comments on your comments for the teams. And one thing I want to tell you is next time when you do your practice or when you do your presentation, you want to remind each other that when you do the presentation, you want to have eye contact with the audience. That's the basic fundamental thing. But many of you, when you do, I saw that guy over there. Yeah, 你啦，就是你那个戴眼镜，就是你刚刚在那边 presentation 嘛，对不对？你嘛哈，你，不是你我看错人。But anyway, when people, some of you, when you make presentations, you look at your slides all the time, and you do not look at you do not see the audience, and just that timing change will improve your intention of communication, and people will feel that you're confident. If you look at them, when you talk to people, and you look at them, and people will feel that you're confident. So next time in your next presentation, you want to remind your teammate who is making the presentation, you want to have eye contact with people. That will make the whole presentation so much more different. And I want to mention that Team 9 over there, Team 9 over there. And I actually had a question. Why did you dress like that? 你穿成这样是 your workers, worker, your laborers. Okay. I see. Yeah. Well, they made some special preparation each time, right? And well, like this team over there, this team sitting here, they have very good video every time. So next time when they make a presentation, when they come up here, and people will be thinking, what is this time? They were soldiers and they were laborers, and what will it be the third time? Secret? Okay. But anyway, it will make the presentation so much more fun, so much more lively if you do some special preparation for that. And the next thing on this list is video. Most of you have video. And I want to mention that Team 27, where's Team 27? Team 27, well, they had this cool idea to make a live demo. Well, that was live. That was a video, but that was live. Well, that was very cool. And I also want to tell you about myself. When I was in college, that was 30 years ago. I'm 49, and I realized that was 30 years ago when I was in college. I really, truly wanted to make a movie. I think a lot of young people have that kind of dream. I really, truly, I did stage drama when I was in college, but I really, truly wanted to make a movie. But in my life, I never had a chance to make a movie. Because at the time, you have to buy those 8mm camera, 8mm 摄影机, and that was expensive and all that. But right now, you have very good tools, right? So everybody can make a movie, and you have the software to edit your movie, put good music in the background and all that, and that is a very good format to present your work. So much better than turning in a report. A report like this thick, but making a video is a much better format in presenting your work. So we have 2 more presentations, and maybe you can do a little something with your videos. So you saw several teams have very good video, and you also saw those videos like, well, okay, let me show you. That's moving forward for 5 seconds, and the next video is moving backward for 5 seconds, and turning to the left, turning to the right. Well, you can organize the whole thing, design the whole thing into one good movie, one good video, and that was something I was never able to do when I was at your age. And so those are. Okay, yeah. One more thing is when you discuss your design concept, when you describe your design concept, it is always better to use drawings, not photos. It is easier using photos, but it is always better using drawings. There are too much information on the photo. But if you can use drawings, and that will simplify the information, and it will be so much easier for people to understand you. Okay, so those are the things about presentation, and I'm actually pretty happy to see your presentation, and many of the presentations were very good. And but there is one thing I want to mention. We are in mechanical engineering department, and we are teaching a mechanical design course. And in the handout for this project, I ask you to do some calculation on the reduction ratio of your gearbox and on the torque RPM of your motor, and many people raise a question: how heavy? What is the load you can carry with your vehicle? And your answer is, well, perhaps 1 to 2 kilogram. Some guys say 10. And the person asked, why do you say 10? Because this is strong, so I can carry 10. But those are not professional way to answer this question. You see what I'm saying? If you can, and some teams say, okay, I chose a motor with this much RPM, and I realized that this is too fast. It is moving too fast, so I have to change to another motor. But as an engineer, what we really want to do is to do some calculation. So you estimate a load you want to carry, and the reduction ratio of your gear, and perhaps the radius of your wheel, and coefficient of friction of your wheel, and so on. And the speed you want your vehicle, you want your robot to travel. Then you can do some calculation to see whether this whole setup is correct. Okay, so in this session, some teams, Team 8 and Team 2, gave us a number of reduction ratio, but they didn't really get in there deeper. And Team 9 did some calculation on that. But yeah, I have made up my mind to, in order to force you to do this, and I have one very powerful tool. I will make this as a problem in your midterm exam next week. In your midterm exam next week, I was thinking how to do it. I will give you an open book problem. The rest of the problem are closed book. 其他的都是关书. But this problem, I will give you an open book problem, so that after you finish your closed book problems, the 4 of you can gather together to discuss that one open book problem. How to, for engineering students, not for art students, okay? How to calculate, based on the data you have, or based on the data you have, what is the load you can carry with your vehicle? Or from another direction, and so I'm going to carry this much load. What is going to be the speed of your robot? So let's do some calculation, and I will make that one of the questions in the midterm. So what you have to do, I will put that on the portal. When you are preparing your midterm, you also want to collect data for your vehicle. For example, you want to measure the coefficient of friction, the radius of your wheel, and the reduction ratio, gear reduction ratio, and the weight of your stuff, and so on, so that you can calculate what is asked in the open book question. Okay, so you have to go back and collect some data, but that question will be a team question, so that the 4 of you can gather together to discuss that. So you understand what I'm saying? I will make that clear on the portal. Okay, so that was something I didn't see on in this project. And another thing I want to discuss with you is starting this project. Well, last project was conceptual design, so we can say whatever I want to say, right? I want to make this, I want to do that. But this time you want to show people what you're doing, right? So there's this word, craftsmanship, 工艺品质手工, craftsmanship. So craftsmanship will come into play. And yeah, for example, those guys, those people from the art and design department, no, you guys are from mechanical engineering department. So obviously they have very good craftsmanship, right? And the one with the rabbits sitting on it. You see, well, this rabbit is nothing compared to But they put a rabbit on the, and it's nice and clean. It's good. It's good craftsmanship, right? So we have 2 more projects. So whether you have good craftsmanship and will also be some factor of how good is your presentation. And on that, I also want to tell you that Lego is a very good tool for prototyping, but somebody used Lego to put together a project and suddenly fell on the floor and fall apart and all that. Lego will not be a very good tool to make that final product. Yeah, so it is okay to use Lego for now. And yeah, I was very impressed. This guy can climb. Oh, oops. But anyway, this guy can climb 60-degree slope, and I was very impressed. But it is made of Lego. It's made of Lego. But well, Lego is good for building prototype. But probably the next time you want to use something stronger to make your prototype. So that is also part of the how good your presentation will be. And some of you put good emphasis on the electrical circuit. But let me tell you, and the electrical circuit will be replaced by a microcomputer, by a microcomputer and by a remote controller and all that in your number 4 and number 5 project. So if you, well, right now it is okay to use those switch and don't put too much emphasis on building a super automatic controller and all that. And finally, I want to say that, well, I'm not sure why, but in last session, when TA asked people, is there any question, and nobody asked any question, and TA has to assign somebody to ask questions, and the guy who was assigned by TA, well, I don't know what to ask, and he asked something that is meaningless, that is not valuable. But this session is pretty different. So when TA asks, if somebody want to raise a question, and a lot of people raise their hands. And so when you ask question, you want to ask real questions, sincere question. You really want to know the answer. In the previous session, it's like, oh, okay, I was forced to ask a question. I really don't want to know the answer. So I just ask some question, and I don't care what your answer is. So that way you're wasting our time, right? So this is also part of this learning process. I want people to stand up here, make the presentation, and get at least one response from the audience and answer that question. And for the audience, you want to listen to the presentation carefully and come up with some good, valuable questions to help your classmates. So that is also something important. But this works very well in this session. And finally, I still want to say that I'm very satisfied with this session, and I'm hoping that you're, well, I was discussing this with somebody just this morning, and 10, 20 years later, well, the reason why in my age, when I meet with my college classmates, and I like them, and the feeling is totally different than when I work with my colleague. That is because when you were here in this classroom and you spend a lot of time working on those, I don't want to call them stupid projects, but working on those projects and doing those very funny things like wearing the very strange costumes, and yeah, that would be very precious memory when you get out of school and think back, right? So I'm hoping that you get something out of it. Although I know I feel itchy, my ear feel itchy the whole week. I think all of you are, Professor Xu is, why is he asking us doing this in 1 week? He didn't give us enough information. He didn't give us enough time. He didn't give us enough resource, and he asked us to do this. But I'm happy to see that all of you come up with something very good. Okay, so let's move on with it, and hopefully I will see very good result at the end of the semester. But next semester it is going to be midterm. It's going to be midterm. So you still have to study. You still have to study, read the books, or read a book with knowledge. Which car run over the knowledge book? But anyway, well, next week is going to be midterm, so do your preparation on that, and there will be one open book question on your project, on the analysis of your project. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Anything? Okay, good luck on the final, and well, good luck on the midterm, and I will see you the week after.
Please turn back, please, to me. Thank you.